The signal. The cafe was a symphony of chaos. The clatter of ceramic, the hiss of the espresso machine, and a dozen overlapping conversations created a wall of sound. Alex felt it pressing in on him. He wrapped his hands tighter around his mug, the warmth, a small, solid anchor in the swirling tide of his anxiety. His heart hammered against his ribs, a frantic, unnecessary alarm. It felt, as it often did, like his internal operating system was running on software built for a different era. A primitive code designed to scan for predators in the tall grass was now misfiring in a world of deadlines and social pressures. Every minor stressor, a looming deadline, an ambiguous email, sent the same blaring red alert notification to his brain. Danger. Avoid. Flee. On his laptop screen was the presentation he'd been perfecting for weeks. This project was his chance to lead, to innovate, to create something he was truly proud of. And with every slide he reviewed, the system alerts grew louder. What if they find a flaw? What if you miss something? What if you're not good enough? The alerts weren't just noise, they were paralyzing. He snapped the laptop shut. The sudden silence from the screen made the cafe's noise rush back in. He closed his eyes. Why did this feel so life or death? It wasn't a tiger in the grass. It was a presentation. Then, a new thought cut through the noise. The alerts weren't firing because he was in danger. They were firing because he was close to something that mattered. Deeply. The realization settled over him, calm and clear. This intense, protective system wasn't a sign that he was broken. It was a signal that he was living in alignment with his core values: excellence, diligence, and impact. The anxiety was the roar of the engine, not a warning of a crash. It was the feeling of his potential being activated. He took a slow, deliberate breath. The cafe's symphony of chaos was still playing, but he was no longer at its mercy. He was the conductor. He opened his laptop, the screen illuminating a face that was no longer fraught with fear, but filled with a quiet, focused purpose. The alerts were still there, but he had finally learned to read the code. A guide from Dr. Watson. Your anxiety is not a bug in your system. It's a feature. Think of it as a sensitive, outdated security program designed to protect you. It often sends alerts that are disproportionate to the modern threats of work, relationships, or creative pursuits. But these alerts are not random. They are clues. The system activates most intensely when you approach something you care about most deeply. The anxiety is a signal pointing directly at your values. Your action step. Over the next week, don't just endure your anxiety, investigate it. When you feel that internal alert system begin to blare, pause. Take out a journal and write down the situation that's triggering it. Then, ask yourself one simple question. What does this anxiety tell me that I care so much about right now? You might just find that your greatest anxieties are the guardians of your deepest values.